Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's classic is a fantastic Porsche 911 966 model from 2003. This is the Carrera 4S, and as we move towards the back of the car, you will see that legendary turbo wide body, that iconic red strip that runs between the two lamps, and of course those meaty exhausts coming out the back. Now, it's a convertible model, very desirable to have one in this condition, and just under 35,000 miles are displayed. Now, interestingly, despite the odometer reading 35,000 miles, the previous owner, who I'm selling this car for, is a good pal of mine, a former work colleague, and I know of this car since he bought it. He's treated it with kid gloves. He bought the car when it had just 18,000 miles. Unfortunately, when it got to 24,000 miles, due to a collapsed intermediate drive shaft bearing, or bearing, IMS bearing they're called, it caused engine failure. So at huge expense, he had a new engine fitted by Porsche. Now, if you were to do the maths, it works out that this car, even though the whole of the car has travelled the 35,000 miles, the actual engine has only done about 11,400 miles. So that makes this a potentially probably one of the lower mileage C4Ss you're going to find for sale anywhere in the country, and I would have thought in this condition it's a bit of a rarity. He has barely used this car since 2010, therefore ownership of 14 years, and very well loved. There's a large stack of invoices and receipts that come with the car. I've had the opportunity of driving this car back from London, where it lived, tucked away in a suburb of London actually, tucked away in a nice warm garage. The roof, which obviously can be removed, has a rack that it sits on, and with the hardtop on it, you get all the benefits of what basically looks like the coupe, and then come the warmer months, you can pop that roof off and enjoy it as a full-blown convertible. The 4S is undoubtedly a handsome car, and if you can find one in this sort of condition, with a lovely high specification, which I'm going to run through with you in a moment, and these low miles, I truly feel as if this will be a great investment for the future, because they just happen to be such an awesome looking car. They drive so well. The suspension on these cars soak up the A and B road bumps really nicely. I think the 911 has always been regarded as the supercar that you can drive every day. 320 brake horsepower is by no means slow-fee performance. It's not crazy performance like a turbo or the GT models for the track. This one, as I say, it sounds absolutely wonderful. It actually sounds like a GT3 when it starts up. This one has the benefit of the factory sports exhaust, so it sounds even better than the standard 4S, which sounds pretty good anyway. And then, as I say, the optional sports exhaust mode does allow you to hit a button, adjust the baffles, and it doesn't scare the neighbours in the morning when you start the car up. But the soundtrack is pure, beautiful Porsche Boxer engine. Now, that wasn't Boxer engine. Sounds phenomenal. A 6-speed manual gearbox, which personally I would have thought would be the model to go for. The correct Porsche N tyres all round in excellent condition, brakes in excellent condition, calipers shining through there as they should. And now let's talk about specification. Now, to know what's fitted to your Porsche, there is a set of codes, and usually that sticker goes up underneath the front bonnet, and then it's some odd looking codes. Now, You have the standard car, which is the 4S, and of course that comes with extended leather anyway. It has the wide body, it has these beautiful turbo type wheels, the different front spoiler, very turbo looking with a huge air takes. I know this car has been in my own garage here, and it had new air conditioning condensers fitted on the left and right hand side. We also carried out the conversion to make this the upgraded intermediate shaft bearing has been fitted, so that's one less thing to worry about. Porsche never did it themselves, a real shame, and it was a real concern for Porsche owners who found that dreaded puddle of oil under the back of their engines. Not so with this car. That's been done, and we also fitted a clutch because we had the gearbox off to do that job, and that clutch is done no more than a few thousand miles. Now, regarding the specification, it is a C16, which means it's a UK spec car, and also it's a 0991 code, which means it was specially built to order. So someone would have ordered this car with all this extra specification that I'm going to run through. It has the hardback or wingback seats, sport seats, factory option. It has the centre crest of Porsche, which is stamped into the headrest on these. It has the aluminium fascia, so the dials look alloy. It has the gear stick, and it has the handbrake with that aluminium package on as well. So let's get a little closer so you can see those. You can see that aluminium dials or fascias, and you can see the gear stick, and you can see the handbrake. The Bose upgraded stereo here, and that's that full wraparound leather, and also leather around the console. And here we have the seats with the wingbacks on them in beautiful condition, as is that sports steering wheel. Because of the low mileage, it's in beautiful condition, as in fact is the whole car. To run through the further specification, we have anti-dazzle mirrors and rain sensor fitted to the car. We have a headlamp wash system fitted, two-way electric sports seats, antenna is built into the windscreen, and you have manual seat adjustment to make the seats go up and down, and you have the more powerful xenon factory fitted headlamps, and that's those, very bright at night, excellent headlamps. It has factory hardtop, and it also has a wind deflector. This color is awesome. It's called Borsec Black. It's a metallic black color. It's, for me anyway, an ultimate Porsche color with full black leather, looking outstanding. Just a word on performance. The manual car is capable of going from 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, a top speed of 174 miles an hour from that 320 brake horsepower 6-cylinder flat six or boxer engine as it's known. It sounds absolutely awesome. We're going to start her up in a minute so you can have a little listen. And just to run through a few aspects of this car, it has been serviced extensively by both Porsche garages and specialists. Now, bearing in mind, because of the mileage of the car, it hasn't had huge amounts of servicing because it hasn't really had huge amount of miles, but it has been treated with kid gloves, I can assure you that. My pal who has moved, it was with a heavy heart he decided to let this car go, but he was always aware that his dream car was the 4S with the hard top in this color and in this condition. It's very tough to see it go, and I think if this car is kept in this condition and looked after as well as he's looked after it, I truly see this car and I rate it right up with the popularity of the wide-bodied 993s. Now, the prices of those have spiked, and if this was a 993 and a wide body, you'd probably be looking at 50-60k. So I think good things are to come for the 996. It just happens to be a wonderful Porsche to own, and I think in this guise it's probably the Porsche to own. I simply love these cars, and I think this one drives, well, it's virtually like picking one up from the dealership. It drives so well. Now, after cleaning the car, it always seems traditional that you have a light shower. but I am going to run over the bodywork with you. The car is stunning, and as you would imagine, only area where there would have been a few stone chips is on, of course, the front bonnet, which is very low on this car. But I'm walking around this car very slowly, and I'm hoping my camera work is picking up its beautiful lines and just how good the condition the paintwork is in. And if I were to get in very closely, it is very hard to see, especially because there's a bit of rain here and there, but can you see that? That just constitutes a bit of a stone chip there. But we are talking minor. That bonnet is in excellent condition. There is absolutely no need to have any paintwork whatsoever done on this car. It is immaculate, as are the aluminium wheels, as are how wonderful condition even the brake calipers are in. Can you see that? It's just stunning. Interior, beautiful. This roof is in excellent condition. The benefit of having the hard top is that you've got a glass rear window, which has the heated rear windscreen. Now it does show, despite my pal owning this car for 14 years, it does show 3 previous owners, and anyone who knows Porsches well enough, they'll understand that actually 3 previous owners really isn't too bad at all for a Porsche 911. They seem to get through their owners. That absolutely is such a beautiful angle for it. C4, obviously Carrera 4, so which actually was his previous car before this one, and then BAU, and I'm assuming that probably stands in business talk for business as usual. Absolutely stunning car. Let's have a little sit in it, and I can tell you a little bit more about the paperwork, which is extensive. It has the full dealer pack. Here we have a aftermarket Sony stereo. Now, for those who know, the standard stereo, in this case it had a sat-nav system, in today's terms is pretty poor. So to actually have a nice top-line Japanese stereo, which you can connect your music to, so you can stream music through these lovely speakers. We've got speakers up in the dashboard here, and we've got them down in the door bins, and we've got them in the back here, and you've got these high-level speakers, so it does sound wonderful. There is a built-in navigation system to this Sony stereo as well. I can tell you that there are 2 keys. I mean, the keys themselves are like new. Even they haven't had much use. And the obligatory Porsche keyring. Here is the paperwork that I mentioned to you. It looks as if it have the majority, if not all, of its MOTs. And there is a dealer handbook which comes with the car as well, which has its spare key. That includes the service book and the book of words. 6-speed manual gearbox. Can you see the condition that's in? That's fabulous. All this leather right the way through the console. It really is super classy. And if you look close, you can see the condition of that steering wheel as well. Now, I think I promised you a startup. I'm glad I am inside, because the rain has picked up a bit outside, always the way. And there we have the legendary sound of that Porsche. And I think I told you about the button here, so this is where we get to put it into quieter mode. And there we have traction, some CD gaps here, which is much good to you because there actually isn't a CD player there. Climate control, electric windows locking, as you would expect. And here is that wonderful headlining through here. The little jump seats in the back probably wouldn't go too far in the back of a 911, but this car is in beautiful order. Well, folks, the car is with us here. You are welcome to make an inquiry to come and have a look at this car. We offer a full UK delivery service. The cars go through our workshop before they leave us. We're based down in Overton in Hampshire, and if you'd like to come and see this car, you would be welcome. So please get in touch with the usual channels. I'll be more than happy to help you. And if you're looking for a beautiful 911 Baltic Black, a manual gearbox, the beautiful 4S version, and in completely superior condition. I mean, The odometer shows at just under 35,000 miles, but because of the new engine fitted at 24,000 miles, it really is quite a prospect. That engine was fitted by Porsche in Sutton Coldfield. There's a receipt for it here, as indeed was the car when it was purchased. It's a beautiful example. Please don't hesitate to contact me, and I'll be more than happy to show you this beautiful Porsche 911 in person. That's Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out. Thanks, folks.